I gave birth to my second son on his circumcision day, he had some complications, and the surgeon was there with him for almost an hour and a half. And normally this thing should just take around 30 minutes or even less. So we were worried. And my husband was in the theater with the boy. So we kept knocking. Everyone was already agitated. What's the issue? Apparently they said there was a skin that cleaved to another skin. And because there was no extra hand, it was difficult for that surgeon to be able to leave the skin and not make a mistake with the circumcision. So they eventually had it done, but the boy had lost some blood and he was in pains. I never knew that day, even though we prayed, we were declaring the word of God as all those was going on, but fear crept into my heart. And for months, here I was wondering, had something gone wrong with this boy's genitalia? Like I would just sit down and groan like, I hope they've not harmed my boy. And that was how I was. And funny enough, this boy, whenever he was peeing as a baby, his manhood never stood strong. For my first son, it wasn't like that. Like, as at the time it was around 3 months, I think, you could see when he's peeing that the thing gets strong and then he pees. But this dude, I never saw it get strong. Not once. I checked early in the morning as recommended. I checked every time he wants to pee, it doesn't get strong. So I was there dying in fear. Only me, I couldn't tell anyone. I would sometimes just pray, God, please don't let this boy have any complications as regards his manhood, because then that thing is important, you know. So one day, I think about the time when it was about to clock 1, I had borne that burden for maybe 9 months or over. I couldn't bear it again. It was looking as if I was going to die. So I just told my husband, I said, you get one thing, I'm going to die of this fear. So I explained to him. He laughed. And then he said, it's because you don't know biology. Let me teach you. So he broke it down to me and explained why nothing in that process of circumcision could have affected his manhood. I was looking like spellbound when he was saying it, and he had to show me some things. He had to explain, use some diagrams, and I was like, oh, so everything that happened that day could not have affected his manhood. No, it couldn't. And yeah, I was dying in fear. I had imagined a lot of stuff, truly. So shortly after, guess what? This is where you do gaga. The guy was peeing and I saw his manhood stand strong. Sometimes when I think about the trauma that I had to bear, really, like my eyes are teary right now. If I had spoken earlier, I wouldn't have even had to bear the burden. So could there be something that is killing you silently? Perhaps getting knowledge of that thing might just liberate you. But to get that knowledge today, I'll be here rooting for you. And you deserve a life full of bliss. I love you.